In the middle of the largest war in Europe since World War II, an unexpected alliance has returned from history. Russian forces fighting in Ukraine are now using weapons made in North Korea, artillery shells, rockets, even ballistic missiles. Weapons produced by one of the most isolated countries on Earth are appearing on battlefields thousands of kilometers away. But why would Russia, a military superpower with one of the largest armies in the world, need help from North Korea? Is Russia running out of weapons? What does North Korea gain in return? And how could this partnership change global politics? To understand why Russian troops are firing North Korean ammunition, we need to go back to the Cold War. Part 1. The old alliance returns. The relationship between Russia and North Korea began long before the war in Ukraine. After World War II, the Soviet Union played a major role in creating North Korea itself. Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea, was heavily supported by Moscow. The Soviet Union trained North Korean officers, supplied military equipment, and backed Pyongyang during the Korean War in the 1950s. For decades, North Korea depended on Soviet weapons and military technology. Many of the weapons North Korea produces today are still based on old Soviet designs. Its artillery systems, rockets, and missile technology all carry the influence of Cold War engineering. But after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, relations weakened. Russia moved closer to the West. North Korea became increasingly isolated. However, history has a strange way of repeating itself. And after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the old alliance suddenly became useful again. Part 2. Russia's ammunition problem. The war in Ukraine quickly turned into a massive artillery war. Both Russia and Ukraine began firing thousands of shells every single day. The scale shocked military analysts around the world. Many expected modern warfare to rely mostly on precision missiles, cyber attacks, and drones. Instead, the battlefield started to resemble the trench warfare of the First World War. Long front lines, constant shelling, and enormous ammunition consumption. During some of the heaviest fighting, estimates suggested Russia was firing tens of thousands of artillery shells daily. Even for a country with huge military stockpiles, that level of usage is difficult to maintain. Western sanctions also created pressure on Russia's military industry. Factories faced shortages of components, electronics, and industrial machinery. At the same time, Ukraine continued receiving military support and ammunition from NATO countries. Russia needed more artillery shells, and it needed them fast. That is where North Korea entered the picture. Part 3. Why North Korea can help. North Korea possesses one of the largest stockpiles of artillery ammunition in the world. For decades, the country prepared for a possible war with South Korea and the United States. That preparation required massive weapons production, millions of artillery shells, large rocket systems, and short-range ballistic missiles. Because many North Korean weapons are based on Soviet designs, compatibility became a major advantage. Russian artillery systems can often use North Korean ammunition with little or no modification. In simple terms, North Korea still manufactures exactly the type of weapons Russia urgently needs. Intelligence reports and satellite images began showing signs of military shipments moving from North Korea into Russia. Cargo trains crossing borders, shipping containers arriving at ports, and eventually, evidence appeared on the battlefield itself. Fragments of North Korean-made munitions were reportedly found inside Ukraine. For North Korea, this war created a rare opportunity. Part 4. What North Korea gets in return. North Korea is not supplying weapons for free. Pyongyang wants valuable benefits in return. The first benefit is money. North Korea's economy has struggled for years under international sanctions and economic isolation. Weapons exports can provide badly needed income for the regime. The second benefit is military technology. Analysts believe North Korea may seek Russian assistance with satellites, missile systems, nuclear submarine technology, and advanced military engineering. And the third benefit is political support. As tensions rise between North Korea and Western countries, closer ties with Russia provide diplomatic protection. Russia can block certain sanctions at the United Nations, it can offer economic cooperation, and it can help North Korea reduce its international isolation. For Kim Jong-un, the war in Ukraine created leverage. For Vladimir Putin, it created necessity. Part 5. Does this mean Russia is weak? Some people see Russia's use of North Korean weapons as a sign of weakness. After all, military superpowers are not expected to rely on isolated dictatorships for artillery shells. But the reality is more complicated. Modern industrial warfare consumes enormous amounts of resources. Even major powers can struggle to maintain production during long wars. History has shown this many times before. Wars are not won by technology alone. Factories matter, supply chains matter, and ammunition matters. The war in Ukraine revealed something many countries had forgotten after the Cold War. Large-scale warfare requires massive industrial production, not just advanced weapons, but huge quantities of basic military supplies. Part 6. A new global axis. The growing partnership between Russia and North Korea may also represent a larger shift in global politics. Countries opposed to the United States and its allies are increasingly cooperating with one another. Russia has reportedly received drones from Iran. North Korea supplies ammunition and missiles. China maintains strong economic ties with Moscow. These countries are not formal allies in the traditional sense, but they often share similar goals: reducing Western influence, challenging American power, and building alternative global partnerships. For many analysts, the war in Ukraine is no longer just a regional conflict. It has become part of a much larger struggle over global power in the 21st century. So why are Russians using North Korean weapons? Because modern war consumes ammunition faster than almost anyone expected, because Cold War alliances never completely disappeared, and because in geopolitics, necessity creates unexpected partnerships. The battlefield in Ukraine has brought Moscow and Pyongyang closer once again, and the consequences of that alliance may shape global politics for years to come. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more history and geopolitics documentaries.